All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. It is February, somebody tell me what day it is. February 6th, good, thank you. So welcome to 1 Million Cups. What is 1 Million Cups? We are a community of entrepreneurs coming together to support other entrepreneurs and learn from other entrepreneurs. It's pretty simple. We get together every week, this exact same time, roughly this exact location. We'll get to that here in a second. And we have two entrepreneurs that get up. They get 6 minutes to present, 20 minutes of Q&A. So this is where you guys get to tear them apart. Or no, you get to ask them questions to push them forward. So we are really passionate about learning from each other and encouraging each other and looking to see what this community of brilliant people that we have here in Kansas City can come to do to support each other. I'm George Brooks. I am also an entrepreneur here in Kansas City. This is run or facilitated primarily by entrepreneurs. So myself, John, and Mike all own companies. We don't work for Kauffman. We actually are entrepreneurs just like you, and we're volunteering to lead this up and kind of bring everybody together. Show of hands, who's new to this week? So cool. Every week it's like that. That's awesome. Just some ground rules real quick. We are very thankful for Kauffman allowing us to use their space. So as much as possible, just kind of pick up after yourselves, take your cups back to the back when you leave. We want to respect that leaving here, that they want us to come back every week. Also for the presenters, we know that this is a networking opportunity for you guys. We want you guys to come here and get connected with each other. But during the presentations, as much as possible, let's keep the conversations and focus towards the presenters so we can actually allow them to have that time that you're learning from them and then you're ready to give them feedback, because that's really why we're here. Microphones. In this space, we are doing a live stream. So in order to hear you and hear your questions and the presenter hear your questions, it's a fairly big room. If you have a question, there are, 3 mics here to come up to. We'll make sure that they're on, but during the Q&A time, please try to make your way to the mic to get a question answered. What else? Oh, location. So because we share the space with other events that happens in Kauffman, we are looking forward to next week. We're going to actually be moving back over into the K-Labs. We do know that K-Labs has some space restrictions, so it is going to be, to some extent, first come, first serve. We will have some overflow space, but just so you know, if you want to get a spot inside of K-Labs, we do have a limit of how many people can get in, so try to come early and get your seat. Anything else? I think that we're good there. All right, sweet. So, first up, I'm going to take a step back. I met with a local entrepreneur yesterday, has a very successful large company that he's grown over the last 15 to 20 years. And he was talking along the way about documenting your different steps throughout your entrepreneurial experience. So remembering back to when you guys used to break at 4 o'clock every day to have beer, and remembering to the different spots. Maybe you guys don't do that. We sometimes do that. When you get together and you've learned that the dichotomy of how things change as you grow. Well, one of the things that they said, as entrepreneurs do, and they're trying to be innovative and they're trying to inspire everybody on, is let's get all of our company fit. Let's get them in shape and let's get them healthy. And so they had snacks all over the company. They had chocolate bars and pop and stuff, and they said, let's get rid of all this and let's bring in fresh fruit. And I thought the funniest thing was, they said what they forgot was they actually left the fresh fruit out, and they left it in the environment and then left for a weekend or a long weekend and came back, and there actually was a total swarm of fruit flies that took over the entire space to the point where they literally had to send everyone home because they couldn't work. It was like swarms of fruit flies. So that's one way to get your company healthy. I don't recommend that way because it's disgusting. Another way is what Blake Miller's working on, which is Bodeefit. This is brilliant. I can actually say I've been doing Bodeefit somewhat consistently. Sorry, man. For the last... You've been logging them, haven't you? Yes, I have. For the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's awesome. It's super simple. I'll let him explain it, but they have taken what everybody wants, which is someone just to tell them what to do, how to do it, to get in shape, and made it a reality. So I'll invite Blake Miller to come on up. Give him a round of applause. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, George. Thank you. All right, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't got my workout in yet today, so I need everybody stand up. Stand up. Everybody stand up. My man, Matthew, what's going on? We are going to start out very quickly. We're just going to do a couple air squats, get the blood flowing. It's 9 a.m. Wednesday morning, hump day. Everybody, do it with me now. We're just going to do 2. All right? 1, up and down. 2, up and down. Awesome. Thank you for appeasing me. That's awesome. Now can we start my 6 minutes? My 6 minutes goes now, right? All right. My name is Blake Miller. I am the co-founder of Bodeefit. I am also with Think Big Partners, and we'll tell you how we kind of we mesh with that with working with other entrepreneurs in a little bit. But what Bodeefit is we provide free daily CrossFit-inspired bodyweight workouts to your email inbox. With that, we also provide paid plans that are provide paleo weekly meal plans, recipes, and shopping lists. It's all in an effort to save you time and money. Now, the problem is everybody has an excuse as to why they're not healthy. And it's something that has become very, very passionate to me in the last year and a half as I've lost a lot of weight myself. So all of us are entrepreneurs. Everybody has the excuse. We don't have enough time. I can't get to the gym. The gym times are whatever. Or I can't eat healthy because I don't have time. I mean, yesterday I was at BizPerk and I swear I saw somebody fill a smart coffee cup with a 5-hour energy. Is ridiculous. You know, we don't eat healthy. Nobody does. And that's what we want to do with Bodeefit. We want to help you have one less excuse to not reach your health and fitness goals. How do we do that? Whoops. Touch screens, they're great. So how do we do that? We do that by giving you a free daily bodyweight workout. What that means, an air squat, which you just did, all kinds of other bodyweight workouts that only require you. No equipment, no nothing. You can do them at the office. You can do them living room, anywhere. Anywhere that you can just get yourself moving. We provide weekly paleo meal plans, recipes, and shopping lists. They're very quick. They're easy to do. We actually, when we first started this, we thought we had to have these great recipes and like big, beautiful pictures. And we realized that people just want quick and easy. That's what they need. That's what they want. And we provide all of this to you through email, through our website, through our mobile website, which is mobile optimized, and through a Windows 8 app. We have iPhone and iPhone and Android coming up very soon. But as you'll find out, we launched this just December 1st of last year. So we've been at this for about 62 days or so. What I'm going to show you right now is actually our Windows 8 app. So I'm going to pull this up. Bear with me for a second as I switch a couple programs really quick. And hopefully the internet. Perfect. So here's our Windows 8 app. What happened is we, back in November, we actually, me and my team at Think Big Partners, we have a great relationship with Microsoft, and we were looking to build a Windows 8 application that actually provided value to somebody. We didn't want to create, just another alarm clock app or, another view of Facebook or Instagram or whatever it was. We wanted something that somebody could actually provide value. And so a lifelong friend of mine, Adam Griffin, he's the co-founder. He's actually in Denver right now, couldn't make it out. He's probably doing burpees somewhere, I don't know. But we got to talking, and he was talking about how, he and I both are big CrossFitters, and was talking about how so many people that he knows try CrossFit out and don't keep going because they have a lack of self-confidence or they just can't make it to the gym or whatever. So why not provide an easy, simple way to be able to work out? So my team at Think Big, Eric's here. I don't know where Jared's at. He's going to be dinged for that one, I'm sure. Probably sleeping in. We decided, let's make a Windows 8 app for this. This sounds like a really cool idea. And it's something that we could easily facilitate through a Windows 8 app I'll just show you right here. So this is today's workout of the day. It's mountain burn. It's 5 rounds per time. Like I said, it's CrossFit inspired. CrossFit's great because it's short, quick, and high intensity workouts. as you'll see today, you do 5 rounds. So you do a squat hold. You actually do that for 1 minute, and then you'll turn around, you do mountain climbers, and you turn around and do a one-side forearm plank, and that's 1 round. You do 5 of those. And go ahead, and this brings you into the start screen. And what we actually help you do with the Windows 8 app, and you'll see that with our other apps as we come out with them, is we give you a timer and everything to be able to log and share your workout. So just go ahead and start it. And it'll just go for a couple seconds and let you go. What we do is you can end your workout. That one will just say 5 seconds, and when I tweak this later, it'll look great. I'll look like I'm actually working out great. And you know what? That was really easy. You guys were awesome. You guys were easy for air squats, so we'll just go ahead and do that. Post-workout, and we log it. It's as simple as that. Make it super simple. Do a workout, log your workout, share your workout with your friends. And let's see if I can switch back really easily here. Cool. All right, so like I said, we were founded December 1st, 2012. Co-founder is Adam Griffin. He currently works for a couple startups in Denver. Myself, I'm a co-founder with him. And then our great team, like I said, is Eric and Jared. We've been working on this since about early November, but we decided to finally launch December 1st, get it out there, and start gaining an email list. Bodeefit exploded. Since then, we're currently sitting at over 6,000 members. We've served over 150,000 email workouts to date. So almost 3,100 likes on Facebook. 60 days, guys. This has been crazy. It's been a total fun ride. We're completely bootstrapped, and we're doing this for a couple reasons. One, Adam has always thought that you can build a startup from the ground up and do it bootstrapped. Yes, Diana. 2, us at Think Big Partners, we work with entrepreneurs in any way, shape, or form, whether it's us investing in them or investing our services to become partners with them. And so that's where we're at with Adam. We've joined forces and decided to take just a Windows 8 application that we are going to do and actually build it into a full-fledged company. Sorry, it's a little going crazy with the tablet here. So right now, what we do, we have our free daily workouts, but we also have a paid plan. Our paid plan allows you to log, share your workouts. You also get access to our quick and easy weekly paleo plans. As of last night, we're actually over about 80 paid customers. So we launched that last Sunday, January 27th. So about 10 days, we're nearing almost $1,400 a month in revenue, which has been awesome. So we've got traction. It's been fun. Thank you. So where do we go from here? Whoops. So where do we go from here? We want to be optimistic. We want to be conservative, though. We really think that Bodeefit can be a next great fitness brand. We're going to continue to add new workouts, new movements, yoga, anybody, warm-ups, all kinds of different things. We also are already in talks with several startups on the West Coast, also in Denver, and a couple here in Kansas City to do corporate wellness programs, and constantly growing and making our apps better. You can check us out on Facebook.com/Bodeefit. It's BODEEFIT, and Twitter.com/Bodeefit, BODEEFIT, and obviously Bodeefit.com, BODEEFIT.com. If you guys have any questions, we'll roll right into that, but thank you for your time. Are there enough ums for you?
Okay, so I know I've been doing it for 2-3 weeks now. I think one of the things that that I found was really smart was just the simple start. If you just started out with basically a splash page, which was just give us your email address and just start sending it out. Tell us how you thought through your process of getting something out quickly and then moving on, and how you've gotten to actually having an app.
Right. So that's actually a great question. So George's been a great resource for us. He's given us a lot of really great feedback for it, and he was one of the first ones to notice. He's like, kind of seems a little bit hacked together, and we're not shy about it. We're entrepreneurs. We like to build things fast, stand it up, and see if it works, test it. So that's kind of what we've done with Bodeefit. It's a little bit hacked together, but it's working really well. So like to his point is, we really just wanted to start making a Windows 8 application. As it started blowing up, we were like, oh crap, I mean, people want this, they need it. Looking on the Facebook page, they are rabid fans. I mean, people are writing us. It has to be over 30 or 40 people. They've just written us talking about how much Bodeefit has changed their lives. And so that's what we've seen. And we saw that right away. And that's when it spoke to us as, this isn't just an app, this is a full company. And so we right away went from just the Windows 8 app to porting it to a web application. The web application happens to work really well in mobile, the mobile web. So we've been able to kind of kill two birds with one stone on that, and we're working very quickly on putting out apps. But we're not looking to do them in the native way. We're looking to get them out fast, to test, and to continue to make it better for our end user, our customer.
Awesome job. Can you go into a little detail about exactly what a paleo diet is? I'm kind of hoping it's like caveman food or something.
Yes. Oh, that's good. So one of the things you go up here trying to make sure you get everything in a short 6 minute amount of time. So paleo, for those of you that don't know, it's basically the caveman diet. I go into all of the great benefits for it, but basically there's millions of people around the world that are living the lifestyle. And cavemen back Paleolithic era, they didn't have cancer. They had a life expectancy of 60 or 70 years if they didn't get killed. but the great thing about paleo, and I recently found paleo myself, I didn't find it, but I finally started actually doing it back in November, but it's cutting out all the processed crap that you eat, sugars, carbohydrates, all just the crap that you don't need, or that your body doesn't need. It's not used to processing that. And so what's great about paleo is you start doing it for the first couple of weeks and you hate your life. You literally, it's miserable. But all of a sudden you turn this corner and you just feel great. Your body, the energy levels are restored. Your body is able to just function normally because it's not having to process, like I said, crap. So the paleo diet, like I said, is mainly meats, vegetables, and fruits. You can eat seeds, some nuts, but generally it's the hunter-gatherer diet.
Hey there, quick question. What's your cost to acquire a customer? And I know that CrossFit is very much community-oriented.
Yeah.
And so are you getting groups of people, or is it on an individual basis?
Right. So to answer your question, I don't know what our cost to customer is right now. We like I said, we started this about 60 days ago, and we are flying by the seat of our pants with this. And it's been a hell of a ride. But so I'm sorry. What was the other part of your question? Yeah, CrossFit. So we actually when we launched this, we launched in partnership with PaleoOMG.com, which is a blog. Julie's great. She has a tremendously rabid following, and so that's how we actually launched, through that community. But yes, the CrossFit community is rabid, and as George and I were kind of talking about earlier, it's kind of like a cult. I've been doing it for about 1.5 years now, and the camaraderie that you feel from the gym, the high intensity workouts. I used to go to the gym for an hour and a half. It felt like 1.5 years, right? But I would get nothing done. I was literally trying not to get fatter. I mean, it was that. And so with CrossFit, you're in and out, and you're quick. It's a 45-minute class, but you're really only doing work for 20 minutes. I mean, there's some workouts that I could get done in 4 minutes, and that's my workout for the day. And I guarantee it was harder than an hour long at the gym. So that's the personal level of it, but it's the camaraderie inside the gym. And obviously Bodeefit doesn't really lend that self to it because we're focusing on the simplicity and the one-to-one of it. But I think it's a great it's a great opportunity for us to start doing meetups in cities where we start to have a critical mass. But the Facebook community is great. People post things, and ask questions, and we're able to modify movements and everything. Good.
Great idea. One of the, you mentioned customer experience and trying to continually improve on that. An idea just to throw out to you is, drop off in this part of the industry is high, right? You get people that make New Year's resolutions, or they join a gym, whatever, a year later they're out. You want longevity with your customers. Think about partnering with companies that would offer premiums to your customers as a way of achieving milestones. Also, it's easy to get discouraged depending on where you are in your physical fitness walk, so to speak.
Self-confidence is one of the biggest things.
Make it easier for people to categorize themselves and find kind of a sweet spot for where they are relative to other users, so they can kind of self-encourage each other as they go through this experience.
That's a great idea.
So just some ideas for
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you do an assessment and assess giving them exercises from where they are now to what they should be doing, and then eventually what they could do? And then plus two, with that assessment, are you taking into consideration injuries?
Yeah. At this time, we don't have that. We obviously want to have that in the future. One of the features that we will be adding is text messaging for a personal trainer. So we will actually be able to be available to you at any given time for you to just text us and ask us a quick question like, I can't do a full squat hold because I hurt my knee. What should I do to modify it for today's workout? And we'll be able to respond to you very quickly. So at this time, no, we don't have a way to assess you, but we will be adding features to be able to help you in the moment. What's up, man?
Love your stuff, Blake.
I love your style.
So is there any tracking? Like, how can people know what kind of results they're getting from an analytical point of view?
Yeah, so you're able to log your workout, and you're able to see it through the Windows 8 app. Through the web application, we actually just launched being able to see your previous workouts with it logged. We obviously will be expanding that feature much better, potentially even to have like leaderboards for the day and be able to have people see what other people are doing so they have a time to be able to kind of shoot for. So yeah, in the future, for sure. Would be better in the future.
What's up, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Frankie.
So it sounded like you said you did this by the seat of your pants.
Yeah.
And so as I'm building businesses or ideas or whatever, did you do much market research, or did you just kind of go, hey, I think I got an idea and let's do it?
Both. To be honest, when Adam was telling me about this idea, it was obviously near and dear to me. I'd made the choice to get healthy, and so I got it. I immediately got it. It comes from CrossFit roots. So that's what made me passionate about it. As we just started building it, it was, what's the word? I mean, we just started going with it. And the market research really, I guess we could say, is just being and talking with people and knowing what people, the battles that people have in the gym, the battles that entrepreneurs have themselves. I mean, if somebody out there, will you innovate and give us a couple extra hours in the day, finally, somebody? But
Can't help you.
Can't help us there. But yeah, no, it's really about just knowing that it's been working for us and doing it and wanting to share that, share what our experience is.
So essentially you're doing your market research as you go. You got an idea and you're moving forward.
Yeah, and anybody that's been a fan on Facebook, you'll see we have we'll just straight up ask our community a question, like, do you want to see this feature? And we'll get 70, 80 comments of people saying yes or no. And so we're really trying to empower our community.
Do you have any auxiliary forms of income generation? So we talked to Sock 101 guys about special socks. Yes. I know CrossFit people like to dress interesting during their workouts.
Yeah, so we've got some big plans on that. We'll be coming out with a Bodeefit box coming up real soon. So anybody that's been in CrossFit, one of the biggest moves is like box jumps or something like that. So we'll actually be coming out with a easy to assemble Bodeefit box that you can kind of take anywhere with you. With that, we'll also be coming out with apparel. I mean, like you said, crazy CrossFit apparel is kind of one of the coolest things. And Sock 101, by the way. Nice. No, but the great apparel. We'll be able to sponsor our daily workouts and work with other just great companies. Like, there's a new company here in town that's going to be providing meals that actually just show up at your door. Well, we've been in talks with them to do paleo meals and be able to do that if you can't cook. So what we're trying to do is get rid of every excuse you have not to be healthy, because there shouldn't be an excuse.
All right, so last question. We always ask at the end of every presenter, and you kind of mentioned it, but you've got a room full of entrepreneurs. What can we as a community do? You're only 60 days into it. This is early days. What can we do as a community to help support you?
Sign up for Bodeefit. One, you can go straight to the website. You can sign up for free. Share us with your friends, number one. I mean, that's just share, give the gift of health. You know, we're not here to sell you anything else but health for yourself, and share it with your friends. And, you know, finally, if anybody, any founders out there want to start a corporate wellness program with your company, we'd love to start it with you. And any up-and-coming yoga instructors that would like to help gain a following for themselves, we'd love to have you as well.
Blake, that is awesome. All right, my name's John McGovern. I'm one of the fellow community leaders here for 1 Million Cups. Again, thanks for showing up. And we have a few announcements in between the times of presenters, so the second presenter can get all set up. So first, we have Beverly Stewart here from the UMKC E-Scholars program with Tim Sylvester, so they're going to give you a little word about that.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Yay! This is always such the best part of Wednesday. Again, my name is Beverly Stewart. I am the project director for the Rainier Institute for Entrepreneurship and Innovation at UMKC. And we are committed to increasing the success rate of new ventures. And to do that, we have launched 3 years ago the Entrepreneurship Scholars program. It's designed for anyone who has an idea for a venture or is in the process of launching a venture and would like the support and resources and guidance to help ensure your success. We have over 120 active mentors, individuals who are investors, inventors, product design experts, legal experts, to help you and or someone you know who wants to start a venture not have to experience the pitfalls that so many entrepreneurs do. Our application process is currently underway for the class that will begin in May. It's 12 months. It's very experiential. It consists of about 10 Saturdays over the course of a year, with another half-day Friday sessions of about 6 or 7, where the individuals work with mentors in a group setting. In addition, they work with mentors one-on-one. They have at least 2 mentors. Some of our ventures have 4. We've had a lot of success stories from the program, and I'd like you to hear from someone, because you could hear from me all day, but I'd like you to hear from someone who's been through the program himself. I'm happy to welcome Tim Sylvester. He is an E-Scholar graduate and the founder of Integrated Roadways.
Thanks, Beverly. Thank you. Well, I'm here today because E-Scholars worked for me. They helped me take what was a really good idea and turn it into a really good business. They set me up with a group of mentors that knew my industry and were able to help refine the business plan and help me make the connections that I needed. And I'm still in touch with a number of them today, 3 years later. And I'm here, speaking with Beverly today because it worked for me. It's been 3 years now, and if I ever need anything, I can still pick up the phone or send an email, and I get a very quick response that's very targeted for what I need. It's a great program, and it is in constant annual need of more entrepreneurs to train and help them build their business. It's very much what the city is looking for. There's a lot of executive support in this city for entrepreneurship, not only from Mayor James' office, from Kauffman, from E-Scholars, and all the other programs. And if you're an entrepreneur thinking about being an entrepreneur, if you're currently running a startup and not quite sure what to do, this is a fantastic program to get you connected, help refine your business, and help take it to the next level.
One thing, just as a side note, we ask for no percentage of the business. We're not interested in that. What we do hope is that our entrepreneurs are so successful that they'll decide that they want to give back someday to UMKC. We sponsor and subsidize most of the program. The cost is very minimal. It's basically set up in 3 phases that translate into 3 semesters, and each semester is approximately $400 each. That would be spent on potentially 1 or 2 meetings with a lawyer trying to figure out your IP. So with that, we hope that if you're interested, you'll take the next step and apply, or for many of you, if you know someone, please get the word out. It's open to the general public, and we appreciate you sharing the word about this. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. All right. Hi, everybody in the back. You guys can come up. There's seats, plenty up over here and plenty here. Mike D. What's up, bud? I hear you got your team in the house today. All right, how many of there are you back there? There's 4. There happens to be 4 seats right up here. Would you guys just like come on up, take the stroll? Guys, this is a team coming in from Boston. Please be sure to go over, shake their hands, talk to them, hang out with them. Loving it. All right. So this Friday is the startup crawl. There should be handouts on the seats, either on your seat when you sat down or somewhere around you. Be sure to grab one of those and get that information. That's going to be an awesome event this Friday. Also, we have the Code for America Fellows in the house today. Would you guys stand up? Where are you guys at? Back here? Here? Be sure to go introduce yourselves to them as well. The stuff that they're doing is amazing if you haven't heard. Also, Brandon Schatz, are you here? Yes, please stand up. Brandon just moved up here from Springfield, and he's working on sportsphotos.com, working with sportsphoto.com. Introduce yourself, welcome him into the community, and if you guys know of other people that are moving into Kansas City, bringing businesses into Kansas City, we want to know about them. Like, let's help get everybody connected. Also, big announcement, Trelly, they had their Kickstarter program ended and fully funded. So congratulations, guys. And a big thank you to the community for getting behind them. Also, big news, we are launching 1 Million Cups St. Louis next week. So that is another city. We're very excited about that. And if any of you are going to be in St. Louis next week, let us know. We'd love to get you the information so that you can get out there and connect with them. So up next is Julie Edge with Shop Startup, helping connecting the startup community and showcasing products and the awesome things that we're doing. So without further ado, we'll let you go.
Great. Everyone hear me okay? Good. So this is going to be a story today about community. Because Shop Startup, all of us don't come together if we don't have that community. It doesn't work. So one of the things that we know about startups, and I think you just heard this from Blake, is getting customers is an interesting challenge. It's something we hope will come. We hope that we'll just put it out there and those customers will come, but they don't always. So how do we make it easier? How do we let more people know about what's happening in the world? So why do I know anything about this? Well, most of you know me more as an academic researcher than an entrepreneur. For more than a year, I've been running the Co-Founders Project, which thankfully is funded by the Kauffman Foundation. They've been a big help in getting me into accelerators, which has led me to a whole host of interesting startups. From those that are hawking fitness, to those that are helping you find a house, those that are figuring out how to get statistics out there in a way that's meaningful. Mostly I've been looking, though, at the personality traits of co-founding teams. Nothing to do with shopping or startups from that standpoint. But what I heard over and over and over again was this recurring theme. Customers are hard. How are we going to get them? How are we going to keep them? What are we going to do with them? But again, I'm doing geeky research here, right? I'm thinking about their personality traits. To me, this is just another data point that, by the way, almost all of them had. That is, until Startup Weekend was upon me. In April, I had participated on a team for the first time and had a great experience. But I knew to really be a startup weekend night, I had to actually pitch an idea. Unfortunately, at the moment, I didn't have one. So luckily, Global Entrepreneurship Week was a whole week of ideas. In fact, I sat in this room multiple times during that week, first for demo day, and then second for 1 million cups. So I'm going to give a big shout out to 1 million cups and to our friends SOC 101, who we've already heard about today. But it wasn't until I was sitting during their presentation at 1 million cups that finally the light bulb went off in my head. I said, oh, that's it. Customers, that's the problem. But if I was to so another part of this was Black Friday was upon us. I'm thinking about the holiday season, looking for where was I going to buy cool and interesting things for my family. Well, all of a sudden I was thinking about socks. And how the heck were these guys going to sell $7 socks to more than just the people in the room? And so that's where the concept of Shop Startup came up, a marketplace for startups. Hey, the other good news was it was a pretty pitchable idea for Startup Weekend. I actually thought we might be able to build something. Okay? So the pitch went well that night. We did very well in the first round. An amazing group of 8 people came together, and we really did have that hacker, hustler, designer trio amongst the 8 of us. And through that 54-hour weekend, we built a functioning website that was driving click-throughs and curating companies. In the end, we'd found more than 30 companies from across the nation that were interested in being a part of this marketplace and getting the word out about who they were and what was important to them, and to find those customers and to really find the entrepreneurs that would be their first customers and get the word out about them. We also got 3rd place in Best Pitch, which lands us here once again at 1 million cups. So thank you, Nate, for that prize. And then, of course, in the days after Startup Weekend, we've come across the high of that crazy, amazing experience, and frankly, the oh shit moment of now what? We had some initial validation. We got a prize, not a very big one, but we got a prize, right? We got a high five from the organizers, but now what? But luckily for me, it was not my idea anymore. It was our idea. And 3 of my teammates, Steve, Patrick, and Alex, who are all over here, yay, team, said that they believed in it enough to help us move forward and go through the next 10 weeks. We're also lucky that I'm a mentor at Think Big, and they have been nice to house us there and provide a whole lot of counsel and help as we've gone through the process of really kind of figuring out what's next. How do you really build this? We also realized that Shop Startup would make a great bumper sticker and a great marketing plan, but it wasn't really a company all by itself. And so now we reveal today our new idea, the Startup Commons, which really takes new ideas and puts them together with commerce and community. So watch for your bumper stickers, but this is really our new platform. We've talked to a lot of people about what they need, and we've also found that it's not just about the marketplace, it's the earlier testing. It's where you can go to a place that is a little safer, a place where you can get your act together with other people giving you great feedback. And we're talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly, because no companies are great right out of the gate. So we have 2 commons here within the Startup Commons, the private commons and the public commons. In the private commons, you're going to have peer beta testers. We're hoping that we will build a community of testers to help give that feedback. And then we have the public commons, which looks more like what we built at Startup Weekend, which is going to be that marketplace where you can go and find anything. So we're focused on entrepreneurs and early adopters. You're our first market. We hope that others will come, but we think this market is big enough to give enough feedback to get the word out about startup companies and all the different things we're doing in a great way. How do we make money? Well, we've looked at a lot of models, but subscriptions, percent of sale, and sponsorships are all 3 different kind of revenue streams that we're looking and building into the platform right now. Okay, so the biggest thing about 1 million cups is it's an opportunity to get feedback and to bring the community together. So We have a startup at Think Big that presented a few weeks ago and called Phone to Action, and they help companies get their message out and get people to act on it. So I'm going to actually ask you now to pull out your smartphone. Pick up your phone. Come on, pick up your phone. I don't have my hand, but. So if you want to be a part of this community, if you want to be a seller, if you want to be a tester, if you just want to buy cool stuff, we'd love to know who you are so we can ask for more feedback. So if you'll text SHOP to 52886, click on the link, and then follow the instructions to give us your contact information, we will follow up with you very quickly and keep you involved in what's happening with the Startup Commons. So with that, whether you're a shopper, whether you're a seller, or whether you're both, we're confident you're going to find a great community at the Startup Commons where new ideas find commerce and community. Thank you. Question? All right, questions. We're still building. We're in the. Oh, I can go back. Thank you.
52886. Now you can test me.
886. So we're all about helping our fellow startups to get the word out about who they are as well by using their technology. But we are very building. I mean, we have not launched yet. We'll hope to launch later this spring in a more complete way. But we're excited about the progress we've made and the feedback we're getting, not just from local entrepreneurs, but actually through our national contacts. Yes?
Okay, so I have a question. How do it sounds like you're primarily targeting early stage companies. And is it, two questions, I guess. Is it specifically companies that are building a physical product that they want to sell on a e-commerce kind of merchandise type of front? And then secondly, how do you pre-qualify them? So what is the parameters that is acceptable to be on your site, so that you don't get somebody that's been in it for 5 years and just isn't getting sales on other platforms?
So yes, we are starting primarily with companies that have more tangible products and services. So it could be an app, it could be a physical box of stuff you get every week. It's a widget, it's anything that actually could be shipped. We are not doing the shipping. We're basically sending them customers so that they ship their product. Our other question was, how do we pre-qualify? You guys want to answer that?
Yeah, a lot of what we're looking at initially is to coordinate with incubators, accelerators, university programs like UMKC, and go through it with them, kind of the tail end of their process potentially, where the business has already been thought through, the business plan, the model, the financials, and now they're looking to transition to that thought process of, wow, I got to get customers. What do I need to do to focus on the customer?
Are you guys going to launch the testing platform first or the shop or both? Like, what's the rollout plan for your software?
Well, I'd love to tell you that we have a really well thought out plan already, but we don't. Right now, we're running them on parallel tracks, and as they come together, the private side is really dependent on the number of testers we have. We've got the in-house staff so far, but obviously we'll need to grow that community. So a big part of that will be how robust is that piece of it. It's pretty easy actually to we found over a startup weekend, you can get a company to give us their stuff and their pictures, and we've got them up and running in an e-commerce site pretty quickly. So we're going to run them on parallel tracks at this point. Thanks, good question. Nate?
Julie, I'm a huge fan of the Co-Founders Project and the work that you've been doing. So my question for you is, have you done any analysis with your team about how you guys work together? And I just think it's interesting because the big hurdle for Startup Weekend is that oh shit moment where it's like, great, we won something, but now we create a business and we go forward, and who stays on the team, who doesn't? So can you talk a little bit about that process? Because I think a lot of people have attended the Startup Weekend. So talk about that process and kind of what you've learned using the other things that you do to lead your team.
Okay. So again, the Co-Founders Project is a national study of co-founding teams. So we're really looking at that team dynamic and what makes a great team and what makes an okay team. And we think that there's some correlation between how diverse a team is in terms of their personality, their skills, and their style with how successful they are. So yes, I did make my team, actually all 8 of them, went through the Hogan assessment, which is the personality instrument we are using to assess teams and to measure diversity. And we are a very diverse team, actually. I was actually surprised at how diverse we were. But yeah, it was an interesting challenge. I mean, even the night of Startup Weekend, this was an idea that a lot of people could get their arms around, and so we actually had about 15 people to start that wanted to be on the team. And so I think the guys helped me with a line of, oh no, we don't want to be greedy. Please go find another team. But I did feel like the 7 people that joined me, I mean, I was absolutely wowed. In fact, I will always look at this team experience, I think, with awe, because it was such an amazing team of people that all were using their strengths, brought something of importance to the team, and really made it happen. I was very thankful. I mean, again, any of the 8 would have been a great team member. 3 of our team members had full-time jobs that they weren't ready to leave. We were all somewhat unemployed in some way, shape, or form, or had time, to spare. Like Patrick, he's got a great startup called Red that he luckily has, I think, 20% Google time for us. And so we had various, we all had time to put into it. And again, I'm just very thankful that, the right skills were here to move forward. So maybe that's somewhat serendipity. I think also it has to do with the sort of the team ethic and the culture that built even during that Startup Weekend. So, Startup Weekend's tough because you don't always really get to choose your mates that join you because it's so fast. So, in some ways it's, what the idea is that draws the right people, and you hope that they will continue. But so far, so good. I certainly couldn't do this alone, and I'm thankful I haven't had to, put out there, hey, I need a co-founder for this idea. They came along with me. So, Nate? Yes?
Just a comment for everyone to understand. See how articulate these people are? You need to be articulate.
Thank you. Well, it kind of helps being a college professor. I've been in front of rooms of 200 before. Well, thank you. Well, listen, we hope that you all will join our community within a community. Obviously, we want to thank 1 Million Cups because it was a critical piece of the idea as well as this opportunity to build from. And again, 1 Million Cups, Startup Weekend, we really want to come right alongside those. We want to be viewed as a partner, as a piece of the startup puzzle. Whether you're coming out of an accelerator or an incubator or even Startup Weekend, if you've got something you can sell, we want to hear from you. We want to help you sell that. We want to help you find your right target market. We want to give you, that awesome feedback that everybody needs, even the good, bad, and the ugly, so that we can actually improve startups and really make them come together. So, Nate, you got another question?
Yeah, I have another question because I was lucky enough to see the website and to use it a little bit. And under that original model of sort of just shopping the products that startups had, how did you guys make money that way? Was it click-throughs?
We didn't make any money that weekend. We didn't turn on the tracker. But the plan was that we would place a tracker on each of our customers, and that we would then, make a certain percentage. Actually, was it a percent or? It was a click-through, amount if we sent them traffic. As we have been, pivoting over the last 10 weeks, we were looking also at the percent of sale. There are a lot of marketplaces out there right now. In fact, another reason why we thought we could do this, but none of them make it easy for you to know it's a startup company. You can go for nature products or body products or, all these different kind of things. So there's really good examples of marketplaces where they're doing both, click-throughs and percent of sale. Of course, you make the most money on the percent of sale. Yes?
Just a kind of follow-on question from that. What kind of appetite did you find from the people who were using Shop Startup as far as the desire to shop, to buy from a startup? We see a lot of this shop local movement. We see a lot of this cash mobs and dish mobs and things like that. What have you learned about the customers that want to try to find and buy from startup companies?
Well, remember we started with a startup weekend crowd. So we were already with a room of entrepreneurs. And I do feel, through the Co-Founders Project, through all my work with Startup Weekend, there is this desire to help each other and to make that happen. So I do think we hit on that sentiment. I know that a lot of the startup companies that we worked with, as part of Startup Weekend, they did get sales because of us pushing them traffic. I think it's still the jury's out, though, on how far can we go with this and how much of a movement is this? I mean, there's a lot of really good signs out there between Startup America, everything that's happening with Startup Weekend, that this is a growing movement, that startups aren't just things that happen in garages anymore. They're your neighbor, your friends, all around you. So my hope is that we can just ride that wave, be a part of it, and help make it easier for startups to actually get the word out about who they are and what they have to offer.
So you went from, I'm completely blanking, the first
Shop startup.
Thank you. Wow, words.
See, and that's another reason why
I'm not
shifting on the name.
To Startup Commons, which sounds like at a certain point you said we need to pivot. Talk to me about what that conversation looked like and why, I guess.
Well, it's a recent pivot as of last week. Well, it was a growing feeling for me when people would flip shop startup to startup shop, and there was sort of some confusion there. And I just felt like we weren't where we needed to be. To me, it was a bumper sticker. It was like, buy local, but like buy local isn't a company. Buy local is a movement. It's a campaign, right? So I was always looking for, and then together we were all looking for what was the bigger thing. So it really took a conversation with a venture capitalist in DC that's a friend of mine, and when he started giving me feedback about the little bit bigger platform and how I could help solve problems that he had in running an accelerator with that early customer feedback, that really it kind of opened up for us on where the platform was. And then Shop Startup just didn't quite capture what we needed it to in terms of that platform. And it's funny how things happen, inspiration comes from all places, and I literally was walking down the street in DC and I looked over and I saw this restaurant called the District Commons, and all of a sudden there was the word in my head. I'm like, oh, that's it. This is a place where all can come, where we have commerce, where we have community, where it's more than just a marketplace. And so that's where, and luckily they liked it. Luckily, okay, we can do that. And immediately went to work, and so the pivot really happened last week. I feel very mid-pivot. We don't have everything worked out yet, but it's coming together in a new way that maybe we were stumbling before.
I have a couple of questions. One, can you give a little bit more description of the team members? And then I'll follow up with a question about kind of services and stuff for a startup.
Great. So we have not gone to the whole title thing yet because we're really still working out, and we're all pitching in many ways. So Patrick Stoddard on the far right for me is our lead developer. He and Tim Banks, Tim, wave your hand, our other Shop Startup member, got us started, and Patrick's really taken it to a new level. But he's much more than a developer. He also has great business sense. He also has great sales sense and has really helped bring a lot of those elements. Steve Stava is our really operations and customer service guy. He really comes at it from a lot of different perspectives, but he also has really good technical skills, and so he can work on WordPress and all the things that I can't, which is great. Alex Rausch is our social media expert. You probably, if you saw some Twitters during our presentation, that's all Alex, and he has the sense of how the social marketing works. For me, I'm basically the chief evangelist. I love startups. I want to do anything I can to help them succeed. I bring my business skills and some of my design skills to the table to make that all come together. So right now, that's the four of us, and it's been a great partnership and team effort so far.
Awesome. So as a startup, and specifically like the industry that I'm in is web-based apps. So what are some of the services that you see yourself providing? So I know, helping get access to kind of first beta testers and access there. Are there any other resources that you would be providing, like connections to specifically entrepreneurs that you have on your team or others that are in your network that would be providing information, or is it just specifically kind of peer-to-peer?
You can answer it.
I can give a little bit of a picture of what it's growing towards, and once again, the warning of a pivot could happen at any time, as we found out last week. But the goal is to get some of the common feelings from a customer perspective, be it an app or a product, around initial impression. What is the first thoughts as you start using the app or using the product? Online presence, so as a customer starts interacting with your application, what kind of online presence are you? Are you active in social media? Are you easy to get a hold of? Are you responsive? What's the tone of the response? So customer service, how easy can I get back in touch with you if I've got questions? Is it interactive? Is there a good community that's forming? There's a lot of aspects that we want to kind of form a bit of a grade on red, yellow, green to give the perspective of how ready is a startup for their customer base as opposed to their focus on business model, investment, and financials.
Logistics as well, making sure that you've got all those pieces sort of worked out so that you can actually deliver a product once you go to the public market space that we talked about. So that's all the service that we're providing. And it's really about building the community and building a connection. And I do want to just really emphasize that an important piece of this is the community, and that means you guys. And that's why we're here today. We need you guys to be supporters of this. And that's why we asked you to text in our shop startup and follow us on our social media so you can keep track of us and hopefully do business with us when we're ready to take this live.
So how soon can we start selling stuff?
Well, if you got stuff to sell, no, give us a call. We're if we have a number of companies ready to go, that helps move us forward much more quickly. We have our original 30 companies that we're talking back with to make sure that they, see how they've evolved since we've talked to them and how they want to market. So soon. How's that answer? Get a date, boys. Anything else?
Awesome.
Thank you.
We have one last announcement, but give them a round of applause and be sure to connect with these guys. Diana?
Just for all the new people, I'd like to let you know there's a new event coming to Kansas City that we've never had before. It's called Lean Startup Machine. It'll be here February 22nd through the 24th, so it's an entire weekend. And the purpose of the weekend is for you to learn how to figure out if you have a problem worth solving, if you can find customers for the business that you think is going to be a huge business. So the whole goal of the weekend is for you to go out into the world and find customers for your products, and those that find the most people to actually sign up and give them money end up winning the weekend. So it's an incredible experience where you learn the principles of lean startup and how to validate your assumptions and find a good business model. So I'm going to write down a link for an application. The tickets are free. It's a very unique opportunity, so all you need to do is fill out an application, and the event is the 22nd through the 24th of this month. So, thanks.
Awesome. Well, in wrapping up, today we have 237 people in attendance again. Thank you guys so much. I know a lot of those people were new, and then also a reminder, next week we will be back in Kauffman Labs, which is on the other side of the building here. So again, limited space there, first come, first serve. Thanks a bunch, guys, and have a great week. Make some good connections.